The film opens with a scene of school children, where a young Labake's school bag is thrown into a dreaded bush by a boy named Dahinde. Despite her friend's warnings about the terrifying stories surrounding the bush, a determined Labake ventures in to retrieve her bag, only to disappear from sight, leaving her friends calling her name in vain. Years later, the story introduces a grown-up Labake, who is transformed into a revered and powerful warrior. The narrative also shows a woman named Jabike, who tragically dies after childbirth. Labake, the Akogun of Lukosi. Labake, now known as Labake Olododo, is a celebrated warrior in her village of Lukosi. In a grand ceremony, the king and his chiefs honor her with the Akogun chieftaincy title, complete with a staff of authority and a sword, an unprecedented honor for a woman in the village's history. This is in recognition of her valiant efforts in protecting Lukosi. However, the village is in turmoil. A mysterious group of terrorists has been wreaking havoc, attacking farmers and marketgoers and instilling fear among the people. The villagers, desperate for a solution, stage a protest at the king's palace. The king calms them with an assurance that the issue is being addressed. A prince's resolve and a neighbor's plea. Prince Adieso, the king's son, is deeply troubled by the suffering of his people. His father, fearing for his safety, commands him to return to Ibadan, but the prince staunchly refuses, vowing to stay and fight for his community's freedom. Simultaneously, the neighboring village of Ologbone is also being terrorized by the same marauders. They send a delegation to Lukosi to implore Labake and her formidable soldiers for assistance. Labake, however, is initially reluctant to intervene, believing that each village must contend with its own challenges. Turmoil within the ranks. Trouble is also brewing within Labake's own camp. Her second-in-command, Adigun, has become arrogant and abusive, with accusations of rape and extortion leveled against him by the villagers. Upon learning of his heinous acts, Labake confronts him. In a display of justice, she strips him of his title and powers, issuing a stern warning of graver consequences should he persist in his evil ways. A blossoming love and a mystic's intervention. The arrival of a new English teacher, Mr. Jaioba, brings an unexpected turn to Labake's life. A romance blossoms between the warrior and the teacher. As their bond deepens, Labake, who has only known the life of a warrior, begins to experience a softer, more tender side of herself. This new development does not sit well with Labake's grandmother, a powerful mystic. She appears to Jaioba in a dream, warning him to stay away from her granddaughter and reminding him of Labake's formidable destiny as a warrior. This supernatural encounter leaves Jaioba terrified, and he abruptly ends his relationship with Labake, leaving her heartbroken. The unveiling of a bitter past. The attacks on Ologbone escalate, and Prince Adieso, leading the village youth, confronts the terrorists in a fierce battle that tragically claims his life. His sister, Princess Adesewa, returns to the village consumed by a desire for revenge. The story then takes a shocking turn, as Labake's right-hand man, Beyoku, confesses that he, Adigun, and other soldiers are the terrorists who have been plaguing Ologbone, and they've been acting under Labake's command. Labake confirms this, revealing that her actions are a culmination of a long-standing feud. Her father, Ajitoni, was murdered by Princess Adesewa's father, the late king of Ologbone, over a piece of land. The same day, her mother, Ajibike, died in childbirth, leaving Labake an orphan. Her attacks on Ologbone were a calculated act of revenge. A climactic confrontation and the path to peace. This revelation throws both villages into chaos. As a full-blown war seems imminent, Labake's grandmother and the mystical mothers of the land intervene, confirming the tale of betrayal and murder from the past. In a mystical twist, it is revealed that Jaioba is the son of the Portuguese man who was to purchase the disputed land from Labake's father. He had come to the village to uncover his family's history. Faced with the consequences of her quest for revenge and the pain it has inflicted, Labake has a profound change of heart. She understands that vengeance will not heal her wounds or bring back her parents. In a powerful climax, she chooses forgiveness. Witnessing this transformation, her grandmother uses her mystical powers to restore peace between the two villages. The film concludes with Labake, no longer a warrior driven by vengeance, but a leader who has discovered the true strength in forgiveness, ushering in an era of peace and reconciliation for both communities.
And that's a wrap for today, my friends. Thank you so much for spending a little piece of your day with me. It truly means the world. I hope this brought a little bit of calm or joy or inspiration to your day. Remember to be kind to yourself this week. If you enjoyed our time together, a little like or a comment sharing your thoughts would make my day. And if you want to hang out again, feel free to subscribe and join our cozy little corner of the internet.